Hello, this is my review on the 2019 remake of Hellboy franchise, starring, I forget the actor's name, okay? Who plays Hellboy in it, but I really enjoyed this Hellboy movie a lot, this reimagining of Hellboy. And I really like the darker tone it goes for. The darker, more mature and R-rated tone it goes for. Well, now I hear that now keep in mind, I haven't read any of the Hellboy comics, but based on what I understand, I hear this is more faithful to the Hellboy comics from the source material it's trying to be, and that's one of the reasons why that's why it's kind of a weird movie like it is. And so it's more of it's a lot weirder, more bizarre, this movie of Hellboy, and a lot more darker, with some mature themes that might disturb young audience. Like, this is a scene where Hellboy discovers that a witch is eating children, and been feasting on them. And what does Hellboy do? Oh, he's pissed. He decides to, he doesn't take it well, and I like how excessive when this goes, like, this is, I like how when it gets violent with the action, when the action gets there, and which, to be fair, it doesn't like it doesn't like move at a fast pace with the same amount with an insane amount of violent action. But when it gets there, it is violent action. I mean, it's an R-rated movie. I'm just glad it justifies its existence for being an R-rated flick of R-rated version of Hellboy. Because I was where this movie was going like a hold my hand and treat me like I'm a child, and not give me any of the, well, to justify why is it R-rated other than just to fool in the audience, and when you're not really going to do. You know how so many R-rated movies, what I'm trying to say is, so many R-rated movies suck now these days because they just feel like they're trying to hold the audience's hand like they're babies. Like they're fucking 5 years old straight out of preschool. Or middle school, or kindergarten, I can't remember what I can't remember why I took out 5 right now. The point is, that's what the R-rated movies feel like to me in a nutshell now these days. Majority of them. And I'm glad 2019's remake or reimagining of Hellboy movie is not one of those disappointing R-rated shitfest movies. Where it doesn't have, where it might be a good movie and all, but it's not really any reasons for it to be R-rated. As much as for it to be a PG-13 movie. You know, it's like, and I really enjoy the stories, the story it told us Hellboy, and I like the fact we got some background story of Hellboy's origin story. We find out what actually Hellboy is. Turns out he's, in this version, I don't know what Hellboy is in the original Hellboy franchise, starring Rob Perlman, was for Hellboy 1, 2, and was 1 and 2, starring Rob Perlman. Because it's never explained what kind of breed of Hellboy is. Like, where did he exactly come from? Who is dad? Like, wait, I was just asking myself that. But turns out in this version, he's a mixture of a demon and a human hybrid. And that's why he looks like that, and has, so he's splice mutation between, because his mother was human and his father was a demon, so it's explained in the movie, very in good detail, and it's explained that's why he's the only one that can lift this, like, sword of Excalibur, I think it is. And he's the last bloodline, rightful bloodline of Kinasa's royal bloodline. is explained in the movie. But Hellboy suddenly, just when he's like about to get the sword, he suddenly sees a vision and realizes that the sword's bad news and shouldn't take it. Even though it's the only way to kill the witch. The witch, that's the main protagonist of the main antagonist of the villain that Hellboy goes up against, played by, forget what her name is, just forgot right now what her name is. But she's good in the movie as a villain. That Hellboy takes down in the end. But so but in the most gruesome R-rated fashion. And I didn't like all these characters, and I like the fact that this movie sets up sets up a character. I love how this movie has the characters it plays around with in the story and focuses on. Besides just Hellboy and the team he interacts with in the bureau for his team in this movie. It's a different team than what we saw in the first two Hellboy movies, because we never seen these characters in any Hellboy movie. In the first two ones, these are new characters, different characters, but and I really like the final fight scene at the end when they're all fighting down the hallway, Hellboy and his team. And they're like working together. I like that part, and I like how it sets up for a sequel, and I like how it sets up for a sequel of. I like how it sets up for a future installment, and it feels like the plans are set for a trilogy. That may or may not happen. I don't know. I don't know how much money this movie made. I don't remember right now, but I enjoyed this Hellboy remake. Reimagining of Hellboy is very well written and well constructed of a story, and well made, I thought. Very well made, and well worth R-rated content of this. It's definitely an R-rated movie. Definitely worth the R rating. And it doesn't fuck around with the R-rated content once it gets there to the R-rated content. Like there's. The R it's not like one of those R movies. What bothers me about people online like Jeremy Johnson, YouTubers like Jeremy Johnson, I think his name is. I forget. I could be saying that wrong, probably. Don't know. Don't quote me on that. Okay, but YouTubers like Jeremy Johnson and other people say that this movie is no good because this feels like it says is this R-rated violence for the sake of R-rated violence. I mean, it has R-rated violence when it gets there for the sake of R-rated violence, but it's not just nothing but that. It's not like just R-rated violence. I mean, there's a story. And it tells, and it gets a good job. I get a good job, like unfolding Hellboy's character and making him relatable and fleshing him out, and making him badass and not a whiny piece of shit. And did a good job not making him the side character of his own movie, like 2004 or 5's Ron Perlman did with his first installment to the Hellboy brand. Where Hellboy was a side character in his own movie. But here, he's the front and center focus of his own movie, like he was in Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Making this as good as Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, but I personally think Hellboy 2019 is just a superior movie than Hellboy, The Golden Army. You know, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, from 2008, starring Robert Portman as Hellboy. I personally think that these two Hellboy movies, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, and Hellboy from 2019, are awesome. The best live action, the best, like, some of the best, like, comic movies I've ever seen, and best, like, some of the best comic movies I've ever seen, is what I think of these movies. these two Hellboy movies was Hellboy from 2019 and Hellboy from 2008, called Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, starring Ron Perlman as Hellboy. I give both movies a solid 10 out of 10. If you want to know what my brief thoughts on them, then my brief thoughts on Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, that's a 10 out of 10. And I give Hellboy 2019 a 10 out of 10. I realize I'm repeating myself now. Shit. Okay. So, I love these characters in these movies, especially Hellboy. Hellboy is probably my favorite character in the movie. And the 2019 movie I'm talking about, all the characters, I love all the characters as much as I like all the characters. So I'm a little high, okay? I sip of my soda. That's why I give Hellboy's 2019 movie a 10 out of 10. Hellboy, it's called. Just Hellboy. From 2019 movie. I give it 10 out of 10. Subscribe, hit the bell. Next, after hitting the subscribe button, then you get subscribe, and that's how you get subscribe. Now, hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and check out my other videos onto my channel, Jake Allen Graham. Okay, goodbye. That's all for now.